You're welcome to the tutorial, and this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make sidebars. Now sidebars are important to your in your documents. You must, in your HTML, in your web design, you must know how to use them, as well you must know how to set them right, perfect, so that when your device is being, when your web page is being viewed on smaller screen, smaller devices, to be able to display properly. Sidebars will affect the responsiveness, whether positively or negatively, of your website. Now I've already written my code here, and I would like to pause this video, see the code by itself. Now this is a div element. As you know, this is a div element, and in this div element I have w3 sidebar. It's very important if you want to make a sidebar that you insert w3 sidebar, and these are the two most important things, and w3 bar block. They are the two most important things that you must use, and you must not forget to style it. The width is 25%. You must not forget to style it, and you must use a menu, like a heading. That's why the h3 class is using a heading for it, and that heading is tagged as menu, and here there are list of links under which we have which are classed as w3 bar item. The most important thing here is not the w3 button post. The most important thing is w3 bar item. Can you see that? Now if that's the truth, then the w3 button is what is the second thing that you must put, so that the buttons will not be underlined and they will act and behave like buttons. Let's check what I've done already, and you see, can you see, this is the code, this is the code, this is the code. This is what we did. Sorry for that. This is what we just did. Now this is a sidebar. Don't forget, we can reduce this. We can change this 20% of the screen, and you will see what happens. Oh, can you see that now? Now you can still do more. You can change this. You can be flexible with it. You can change this. You may not use menu, and if you like, you may want to use an image in the same place. It all depends on you and what you want to use the code to do, and your creativity. And under this, you can now insert your content. You can insert your content. You can use the w3 container, and you can have this is the content of the page. You can have it somewhere there. Alright, that's not shown yet. So the next thing for you to do is to style this container. You style it so that you style it and say margin left is equal to maybe 20%, because if you don't add margin left, it will not display the content of the page, and your width, the margin left is set so that the width that this sidebar has already taken, this margin left will make sure that the content of the page has a margin that will push out the content of the page to be visible, and the content of the page will not be under the sidebar. Can you see? This is the content of the page. You can add the content. Now this is how to make a sidebar. Very simple. Now it is time to go a little bit in depth and see and know more. Now this is another example that you can leverage on. Let me show you how this example works. Let me show you how it works. Now you can see this. Let me click this place. Now this is a sidebar. I can close it again. I can open it. I can close it again. Wow, awesome stuff. Now let me show you how this is done. Let me take my time to explain this code. As usual, the w3 sidebar, bar block, and border. Now don't forget that there's something as border right, which ensures that there is a border. There's a border at the edge of this bar. There's a border. Can you see a border, a thin border here? That's what the border is for. And now and the style is set to display and display none. That's the style, and the id attribute is my sidebar. Don't forget that the id attribute is most times used to use for um this is set as sidebar. Don't forget that id attribute are used for most times for the to specify for the javascript code. And here is a button, and that button, the and times close is for close button, and the and times is the x that we used to see. And here is the on click, the w3 close is here. Can you see? It's just for javascript name, function name, and the class w3 bar item, as you know, is with the w3 large, just like the header that we created the other time. And here there is w3 bar item, w3 button, w3 bar item, w3 button, link 1, link 2, link 3. Let me show you again so that you not be confused. Can you see everything that we are talking about? The close, link 1, the link 2, the link 3. So it's just set like the way this is set is how we did it the other time practically. The only difference is that we set the star here, and sorry for that, and we set the on click w3 close, w3 close, and nothing more, nothing spectacular. And here now this is id. Don't forget this the display is set to none. And here we have the page content with the div class, which is red, w3 red, as you can see here. Can you see? Now I also have the w3 button, which is this button, this that you see here. Can you see? This is it here. You can create the same way by using the HTML entity, and if you don't know how to put this in your code, you can use the HTML entity for bars, or you can use the icon, and that's the best, the font awesome icon, far bars, after installing your w3 kit, your font awesome kit in your edge section of your code. And the button, this button is set to w3 button, w3 red, and w3 extra, so that it can be big. And the on click here, as you know, is w3 open. Don't forget, it's w3 open. That's the function that we are going to use here in our script code. And here is w3 container. In my page, we close this div, and this too is closed. This is another container, is the content of the page. Can you see? I hope you understand this code now. And here we have our function. Now I've told you that I don't need to understand the script, but just try to follow along a little. Now the w3 close here, as you see here in this button, if you wonder how this is closed, how this close work, when you do like this, it's just something simple. When you click this, that's why you see on click, the function is w3 close. It means when you click this button, what should happen to this element, whose id attribute is my sidebar, as you see here. What should happen to this div element is that the display should be set to none when it is clicked. Do you get that now? So it means that when you come here and you open it and you click here, the display that has been already changed to block will become none. Okay, now don't forget that before it is on already, it is display none. Now how do we change it so that it becomes displayed? Can you see? That's why we have this button, w3 open, this is here, then document.get element by id, my sidebar dot style dot this id, this sidebar dot style, then display it to be blocked. It means that we change from display to what? To block once that button is clicked. Now if I click this now, if I click this, what happens? The display attribute that was set to display property that was set to none is changed to block immediately. And when I click this, display property that has been set to block changes immediately to none. You can see. So that's how this page works. That's how that works. Now we look at a little more example. Now don't forget that you can always use animation. You use W3 animate, right? You see the effect of that. Can you see how it's slided in first from the right then to the left? If you change this to the left, you will see the effect of that. Can you see how it's slided in? Now you can do one more thing to this. If you edit this JavaScript, you edit this script and you paste it, and you change the style attribute, that style property, the width to 100%, and you save it up and you preview it. You see the effect of that. Can you see how it filled and covered everywhere? And you can close it. Can you see? So this is how to make JavaScript. How to make sidebars. And if you are on smaller screens and you want to use sidebars for smaller screens and sidebars for smaller screens and what is it called, and normal navigation bar, normal bars for larger screens, it means that you have to create a normal navigation bar for larger screens, and in the navigation bar you use w3 hide medium, hide small, so that can be hidden in medium screens and small screens. Then you will create sidebars for small screens and you will insert hide small, you insert hide large in a w3 hide large, so it will hide the sidebar in small screens and medium screens, and in large screens. It will hide the sidebar in large screens, and it will show the navigation bar on large screens. So thank you for watching this tutorial. In case you have any question, kindly send them to me. See you in the next tutorial.